Good morning. Welcome back to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm your host, Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. We're coming to you live from the Singapore FinTech Festival. Joining me for the segment is Brian Behlendorf. He's Executive Director of the Hyperledger project over at Linux. Thank you so much for joining us at FinTech Festival today. Let's talk about this global DLT trends. I would imagine this is going to be a super hot topic at this conference.
Yeah, well, this is the year that blockchain technology, distributed ledger technology really found its way into production. There's over 50 networks that we're tracking right now of people who've deployed Hyperledger for everything from tracking of diamonds to fish to rice to green goods. Lots of trade finance networks that have spun up, processing billions of dollars a day in actual trade. Letters of credit, those sorts of things.
Right.
Lots of deployment out there that's really exciting.
It sounds like there's Hyperledger growth
Yes.
going on right now in the industry. So you had mentioned some of the practical applications that are being used right now, but can you tell us more on the business and commercial side, how you expect DLT technology to be used?
Yeah, well, there's over 70 companies out there, just in our own community, providing Hyperledger-based products and services. And this is from hosting blockchain as a service types of offerings to consulting to integration. And these are companies, big companies like IBM and Oracle and Accenture, who've all announced platforms and projects here at Singapore FinTech, to startup companies like DLT Ledgers and Cargo Smart and others who have launched these types of networks for their member consortium.
Well, let's talk about your 2019 outlook, because it sounds like to me companies are going to have to adopt blockchain technology if they care about their supply chain, if they care about smart contracts. There's so many different ways that it can be used. Do you expect that growth to continue, or is this just a trend right now in technology?
No, absolutely. I think this technology has found its niche, particularly here in Singapore, particularly in the trade finance and particularly in a lot of the global supply chain operations, where there's really always been a kind of a question of trust, a deficit, if you will, of trust between organizations, and this technology is really a solution for that. It allows for immediate reconciliation, immediate verification of all sorts of business processes, and we're really just at the cusp of understanding how to use it.
All right, Brian, thank you so much for joining us at the FinTech Fest. Make sure you stay with me throughout the next 2 days. I'm Jill Malandrino. We're coming to you live from the Singapore FinTech Festival.